Follow my Instagram, a.rural.vermonter. So I apologize that some of this video will be in the dark, but I've been slammed with work this week, so I'm just kind of working after hours these days. But basically I have a misfire issue with the Colorado when it's cold especially. And it's not cold today, it's like 20 or something. But I'll start it up and we'll see if it misfires so you can at least hear it. There, you hear that, how it's kind of misfiring there? And when I try to rev it up, it gets worse. I'll do that for you. I don't know why it's so zoomed in. But you have to listen kind of closely. This is pedal to the metal, and it just doesn't rev up. But it's misfiring pretty badly. That was floored and it wouldn't rev up until the very end. Just listen up. I'm sure you guys can hear that. It's not running smoothly like it should be. Yeah, see, listen to this. So I'm gonna be replacing the coils and plugs. Okay, here we go. Got my portable light set up. It's pretty bright, so let's get going. This reminds me of the Tundra, because it was about this time of year with the Tundra, and I was also working late at night with the Tundra because I was slammed at work at the time as well. So, deja vu. The phone battery's taking a poop, so I just went from like 50 to 12% in 2 minutes. We'll see how long this lasts. Okay, there's the coils there. Only 4 of them. We're at 4% battery. Let's do this quickly. Okay, my phone battery took a dump, but we're back in business now. So there are the 4 coils. The previous owner said that these were just really cheap aftermarket stuff. And just by looking at them, you can tell they look pretty cheap. I mean, compared to, this is the ones I'm replacing it with, which weren't the top of the line, but they weren't too cheap. Those ones do look not as well built. So let's pull those out and we'll see if I made a mistake by not buying the top of the line coils or if the misfire code goes away. Alright, there are my old guys. We're just going to pop out the spark plugs, see how they look, and if they're bad, we'll just replace them. Well, the old one doesn't look too bad, but I'm going to be replacing it with a new one. This one's got a lot more power than this old one. Look at that. Alright, got the spark plugs done. Now I'm just going to throw in the new coils. Okay, let's test it. I may have messed up the number 1 spark plug a little bit just when I was putting it in. I don't know if I screwed it down hard enough, but we'll see. little bit of a slow start there, but that could just be because the math was messed up after I took off the air filter. And it's not misfiring now. That's good. Looks like it's running good. All right, I'm happy with that. The throttle seems responsive and it's not misfiring at all. It's running pretty well. So I guess I will call it a night for tonight and we'll get working on this some more tomorrow. Although first I do need to tie down the air box. I haven't done that yet. That ought to do it for today. Everything's back as it was, and we no longer have a misfire. All right, now I can work in the light. We're gonna be taking care of this rust hole today. Rust holes. It's hard for you guys to look under there and see them, but it's pretty rusty. I'm just gonna be grinding the old rust off and then bondoing the holes. Okay, so now that I got most of the rust ground off, I'm going to add some spray foam just to fill up the big holes, and Bondo adheres to spray foam pretty well. And as I always say before my body work, this is not the 100% professional way to do it, because eventually it will just rust through again. Just because the only real way to stop rust is to cut it all the way out. And since I'm not cutting it all the way out here, it's most likely going to rust through again in a couple of years. However, this will get it through Vermont inspection and make it look a lot better. So here's my spray foam. So we're going to wait about half an hour for this to dry, and then I'll sand the foam down so it's level, and then we'll add Bondo. And this just helps to fill larger holes, because Bondo cannot just cover a giant hole. It needs kind of small little patches to go over. So as you can see, the foam expands quite a bit, which is why I need to sand it down, and we'll get it flush with that and then add Bondo over it. So you can see how the foam helps fill up the holes there, making it easier to put the Bondo in. Time to add the Bondo. Bondo should be on there now. Now we just gotta sand it down and paint it. I'm not gonna paint it in this video. I'm just gonna put primer on it and sand it down. So it's not gonna be totally done, but it'll be close to done. This is not yet to the level I'd like it to be at, but I need to get this video up for you guys. So I'm just going to prime it for now, and we will add Bondo to this later, because it's kind of pitted in some areas, so it still looks pretty rough. But it's better than it was, at least. Let's clean it up and prime it. All right. I added the primer. You guys obviously can see the pitting. It's not 100% done yet, but it's covered up. We will fix this more if it doesn't pass inspection, as is. But if it does pass inspection, it's possible that I might leave it. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you next week.